This is Retell AI Masterclass. In this video, we cover everything from why we need to use Retell, the dashboard walkthrough, appointment booking for dentist clinics, and virtual receptionist with human transfer feature, speed to the lead, real estate assistant. This is a dynamic voice assistant with GoHighLevel integration. And we also discuss how to build feedback assistant that is integrated with Typeform. And I also discuss my most favorite feature on Retell and tips and tricks to save more time and money. And this guide covers everything. It has all the prompts I'm using, all the make scenarios that I'm using, and you can get this in my free community. You can check the link in the description below. And without further ado, let's get started. First, let's start with why use Retell AI. As you can see, this is a long video. Feel free to skip to the tutorial part if you don't want to listen to all of that. Why Retell AI? Supercharge customer service. I would say, most businesses, there is a lot of need for education. This is what we built. This is AI value assessment tool that we have made for small businesses to show what kind of money they can save if they say their current annual customer service budget is 100,000. We show them we save 70,000 based on these sources that we have found. And for appointment setter, how many leads per month do you receive? So if we say 100 leads or 1,000 leads, we show them, okay, if we use our AI appointment setter, we would be likely increasing their conversion by from 4 to 21% with 5% response time. That's what I mean by speed to lead. And there are 24 hours available around the clock, no days off. It is scalable. You can do multiple calls, and even they are equipped to handle high volume of these calls. Multiple calls is one thing, but imagine in a day you had to make 1,000 calls. It doesn't make sense to hire humans to do that. AI is super helpful in situations like that. And there is spam remediation feature on Retell AI, which means with Vapi, with Synthflow, almost all the voice providers these days, you see this message whenever you receive a call, it says spam likely. And imagine receiving that call and you are pitching a really premium client, and they see that when they're doing a demo. That's a really bad experience, right? So you can mitigate that. We can avoid that with the spam remediation feature that Retell AI has. This obviously has multiple applications across the industry. I talked about the AI value assessment tool here a little bit, but if we are doing this for e-commerce, we talk about cart abandonment. But if we talk about dental clinics, we talk about automatic patient engagement and recall. So different industry, different application. There are multiple applications for voice assistants in an industry itself. So there are multiple voice assistants you can build for e-commerce, cart abandonment. You can build product recommendation. You can build order tracking. You can build, so many use cases, so many applications that you can build for all these industries. And key features, I have added a comment. I will make sure to add that comment here. I was recently watching Brendan Jowitt's YouTube channel, and he has made some excellent points as to why Retell is in a way better than Vapi, because I have been using Vapi for more than 8 months now, and we currently switched to Retell AI because of the excellent features that are available. So feel free to watch this video or read through this, because this is amazing. For example, if you take both the Retell offers text-based testing functionality, allowing faster prompt engineering without voice calls. So this feature is great for testing, and the concurrency limit right now is 10 on VAPI, 20 on Retell. And if you want additional lines, the concurrent calls, meaning AI can have 10 calls going on at any given time. And that is 10 on VAPI, 20 on Retell. New line costs $10 a month on VAPI, $8 a month on Retell. And Retell is obviously more cost effective at 9 cents a minute compared to VAPI's 12 cents a minute. And yes, this is due to VAPI's 5 cent service charge. So yes, all in all, I liked Retell AI better than VAPI, but it's a personal preference, I guess. And let's walk through dashboard. If you don't have an account, you just create one, you sign up, and you can join that Discord here. And once we once we log in, this is the dashboard that you see. We have agents, knowledge bases, phone numbers, call history, billing, API keys, webhooks. And once you sign up, you will get 60 minutes of free voice calls. And you won't be able to buy the phone number, but you can test it, use it for demo. 60 minutes is a lot longer than it sounds like. So you can use 60 minutes for a while. So I recently upgraded it. So I added my credit card. That's why you don't see. And I believe it is still letting me use that 16 minutes, because even though if you look at my call history, I've used it quite a bit and it still haven't charged me anything yet. Maybe they will, I don't know. But I'm so you still get 60 minutes before you add your credit card. That's a good thing. This is where the agents are, the assistants, voice assistants that you create go here. Knowledge bases, you can add different files. You can do web pages, you can upload files, you can add text manually, you can name the knowledge base. Although the latency goes up a little bit when you add knowledge base, so add stuff that is only absolutely necessary. So we have the phone numbers. This is where you buy phone numbers. We can use other, Twilio kind of services as well. You can connect that here, or you can buy one from Retell. And we have call history, all the calls that you had from the account. We have the billing history, we have the API key section, we have the webhooks. First, we have appointment booking for dental clinics. And I have this prompt here. Again, this guide is available for you to download, and from my school community, free school community, link in the description. And let's go back to Retell. And when you want to create a new assistant, let's start with create an agent. And we will create single prompt agent. And when you click single prompt agent, you see two different templates available here. Ask questions to gather information, can transfer call. So this is what they're calling a warm transfer or transfer to human feature that is inbuilt. And there is a notification type of call also. After giving the notification, end the call. Let's say this is great for appointment booking, appointment reminders and stuff, where you can call your customer, your client or prospective client who booked a call or something. Hey, your discovery call is going to be in 1 hour. Are you going to make it? Great. I'll see you then. Bye. So that's it. That's the notification kind. So let's start from blank, and I will paste my prompt here. And let me quickly go through what the prompt says. We have the identity, we have the style, we have the response guidelines, we have the role. So this is something that I got from Retell itself. I found that to be really good when we tried this with one of our dentist clients. So I will rename this assistant. I'm calling this dental clinic demos. For identity, you are Kate, a receptionist at Pan City Dental, office handling incoming phone calls. So this is mainly the first assistant that we are going to build is an inbound assistant that is linked to a phone number. We would see okay, how to do that. And this is a proper an actual project that you can deliver. So identity, straightforward. You answer the calls with hi, this is Kate from Van City Dental, or is what dental office, how may I help you? And this is something that I add when this has appointment booking capabilities. So you need to, LLMs inherently doesn't or may not always know what the exact time is. So invoke date and get date time when user want to book a time or ask for a time is something that I wanted to add in there, so it doesn't miss. So there is style guidelines going on, and there is some response guidelines. There is a role, and what you need to pay attention to is this call flow here. If they want to book an appointment or want to know current date and time, invoke date and time to know the current date and time. Correct their name, request to spell out their email address. This has been, we had to play around with this a little bit. If it's a John Smith or, you know, Harvey Specter, or if it's a well-known English name, it's always straightforward. You have the standard spelling, and AI knows that stuff. But imagine my name, Mani Kanasani. How would AI spell it? When I say money, if it says MONEY, that happened actually. So we ask our users to spell out their email address and phone number. Ask one question at a time, don't overwhelm them. Read out the email address for confirmation. I will say email address and phone number because people do have a hard time following instruction. Ask what date they will prefer before booking. Read back the date and time to booking for confirmation. So this is save. Let's save it. And welcome message is, there are three types of welcome message. User initiates. AI will remain silent until user speaks first. I don't really like this because there is a bit of few seconds of dead space and silence. No one likes that. So AI initiates begins with a defined begin message is always the best. I have this here so that I can just paste it. Hi, this is Kate from Van City Dental. How can I help you? How may I help? Nice. Okay, your agent has been successfully updated. When you update prompt, make sure you click save. So this is a static assistant that doesn't have any dynamic feel. It doesn't know who you are. But in future, in the next tutorial, we will discuss a dynamic assistance. So let's quickly see what are all the functions we have. We have an end call function. If you are using VAPI, or any voice assistant that matter, unless you add the function manually, select the option, AI cannot end the call by itself. So this is the same with Retell also. So description is optional, end call is straightforward. So I said end the call when user says goodbye. Perfect. And that is as simple as that. Adding a new function is super easy on Retell. So what else do we have? We have next function that I would like to add. Since this is an appointment booking bot, appointment booking AI assistant for dental clinics, I want to add their other great feature, check calendar availability. We need to add these two, check calendar availability and book on a calendar. So they have a native integration with cal.com, and my clients love this because they have, these, even we are using cal.com, even when we are using cal.com, doesn't matter as long as they have this two-way sync where everyone involved is getting emails, and we are blocking the time on the the calendars, Google calendars. It doesn't matter, right? So but you can also include or integrate your own calendars, your own clients calendars, but you have to know about API, and we have to use custom functions for that. If you are using that on Make, you can use it on Retell AI also. So to do that, to integrate cal.com, that is, you can use either existing meetings or you can create a new meeting. Let's say, let me edit this 30-minute meeting and rename this to, yeah, I just said dental appointment. And description, I don't want to add any description. 30 minutes is good. Duration 30 minutes. Instead of Cal Video, you can do Google Meet. I will say, since we are doing this for a clinic, I would say custom attendee location, or maybe do we have physical address, in person, organizer address. I just said 1234 Kingsway or Main Street, whatever you want to call it. We can display it on a booking page or just leave as is. Dental appointment. I will do one more change. Since we are using this with phone, it is really helpful if you are capturing their phone number also. Since we are prompting AI to ask for a phone number, let's do input type phone, identifier phone, and is the label optional? Okay, don't think so. Let's call it phone as well, doesn't matter. Required, yes, add, and we have added that. Let's go back to this is not recurring, and let's save it. And once you save it, you need to copy two things from Retell. If you look at the URL here, there is some text shown after event types, a number, a 6-digit number, 830477 is the event ID for this booking, and you need to enter that in Retell AI. Let's go back, and event ID, we will enter that here. Let's get our API key also. Let's go to our profile, or actually we have to go to our settings, or you can see that here, API keys. Once you go to API key, you need to create a new key. I'm calling this test2, and I will set it to expire in 7 days, but ideally you'll be toggling this never expires. But I want to delete this key once we are done. So even if I forget 7 days, save, and be careful, save this API key somewhere safe. You will not be able to view it again once you close this modal. And if you close this done pop-up, you won't be able to get it. So make sure you copy it. And I will go back to Retell again and paste my API key here. So this is my Pacific time zone, so I won't be changing it. By default, I think you'll be shown what your time zone is. Save it, and we have the availability. And great thing about Retell is with VAPI, you'd have to keep testing with voice. But what they have done is they have used LLM. So we can use it. This is text-based testing. So if we say, right now we are prompting it to invoke date and time. I'm not sure if this would work, but let's see. So what's your availability next Monday? I will ask that, and okay, check calendar availability. We have availability Monday, November 24th. So this is giving me accurate info. But if you test this 10 times, it will make a mistake at least once. So I I have tried this multiple times. It works perfectly when I'm trying this on my own, but sometimes it says it's October 30, October 8th, October 9th, some weird date of knowledge cutoff date. I'm sure they have improved it now. That's why I'm seeing it even as earlier as 2 weeks ago when I tested this. It was giving me a wrong date without having this get date time function. But to be on the safe side, I will show you how to add a function really quick, make function that gets the latest or current date and time. So let's do one more thing. We have the calendar availability, we have book on the calendar also. Let's okay for API key, you can just copy stuff from this. For API key, we are copying the API key or book on a calendar. And for the event ID also, it's straightforward what we have seen. We can either copy the one from previous, but I won't want to close it. So let's go to dental appointment. I will copy the URL, come back, event ID, save, same time zone, doesn't matter. Okay, now I have these functions, right? We have the int call function, we have check calendar availability, we have book appointment, and now I want to add a custom function. A custom function is get date time, and in the description this fetches the current date and time. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Where do you build this? You build this on make.com. I have the function, I have the make scenario here that you can download and use. Let's go to make.com, and I will show you how to import. I already have two, so maybe should stop creating too many. Import blueprint. So import file, select the file that you downloaded just now, and this is super simple. We are using one custom webhook and one webhook response and one tool. That is as simple as that. So create webhook. I will call this demo. Save. I will copy this webhook URL and paste it here. And JSON schema, I don't think that is super important right now. It's optional, and I will leave it. And it has never caused me any issues. But if it does, we can add that later, and I will change that, update that in future videos. So let's go back here and finish what we have started. Okay, in the tools section, you just need to add this format now semicolon, year, hours and minutes, and my time zone, America, Vancouver. So to do that, if you were to, let's say, add a new module and go to tools, and set variable is what you need to select. Set variable and variable name, time or something. And then, so if you are wondering where I got that, I will click on, when you click on this, you would see this one. If you click on the calendar, you will see the format date, and you get this, and you enter what I have entered there. Now there you can get now from here, and after the colon you would say hours, year, month, date, I believe. So it's straightforward. You can just copy this, and I will delete that. And in the webhook response, we are just sending this data, current date time, and this is time variable is the current date being formatted in a way that our retail will understand. So I will turn this on. I will click OK, and I will run this to show you it works when we test it. When we say what is current time, it's 11:01 a.m. on November 23rd. And if we go back, and this is what it has sent: 23, 11, 2024, and 11:01. So this is how it works with the functions. This is a custom function. These are inbuilt functions. And let's quickly go through some of the other stuff, boring stuff in a way. The language model is straightforward. I almost always use GPT-4o these days, and you can use runtime, but it's super expensive and it's in beta. I would completely avoid that. And GPT-4o mini has some issues in terms of following the right directions. When you have multiple functions, it's hard to even though it's so tempting to use, it brings down. If you look at the latency, it is, for those of you who don't know what latency is, yes, there are people. Latency is what the time AI takes to respond. It's right now our average estimate is around 1 second, 1.1 seconds. But if you go to GPT-4o mini, it's under 1 second. It's around 800 milliseconds, and it's super cheap. But there is a trade-off, and your agent would be not functioning at its best. So there are multiple voices. The voices are not very, we don't have many selections that we are used to on Vapi, but you can use your own custom voice if you want to. You can clone your voice. You can use one of the community voices. You can click here and explore that. But retail voices are more than enough. You can sort them by gender, accent, and voice provider. And we have 11 Labs, DeepGram, OpenAI. And again, Vapi has a lot more PlayHD. There is Cartesia and some really good ones also. So I don't mind. I use 11 Labs for most of my voices anyway. So I kind of gotten used to one of the voices here. I mean, we can use any voice for that matter. You can just play.
Hi, I'm Marissa, here to make your day smoother. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I like this voice, so I'm using Marissa. But you can use yours. You can set the language here: English, UK, multilingual, Spanish, English, French, Chinese, German, Hindi, Japanese. I won't be reading all of that, but you get the idea. You can use any language, and with the spellings and punctuation and the accent would be different for each of these. Right, so that's the idea. Okay, we have covered these three, and we have seen what functions are. Knowledge base is also straightforward. I have created a sample knowledge base, and as soon as I added that, this is new. Usually latency was going up when I did that a couple of weeks ago, but this is great. Let me show you what's in there. If we go to so 111250, yeah, so it increased by 100 milliseconds. Not much. If you have some questions that needs to be answered, I will obviously need to update the prompt a little bit when I have this, because right now it's so focused on booking appointments. I don't think it would even care to focus on question and answering. But let's see. Let me open what we have in there. Okay, I believe should be okay. There is no preview. I will make sure to link this doc in the guide that I'm showing earlier. Let me see if I can find the actual doc so we can ask questions from that to show you that it's actually working. So this is the file that I have in there. I will ask what is your hours of operation, or maybe address. What is your address? Can be a good one. Or um, when was your office founded? Any of these questions will let us know that we are using the knowledge base. So let's test that. And speech settings, I like this is more selection than VAPI AI. We have copy shop, and great thing about Retell is you can actually adjust the volume of the background noise. And responsiveness, you have to be fast obviously, and interruption sensitivity, how sensitive. So this is basically talking about, okay, if you listen to a AI is listening to your voice, if it's too sensitive, slightest of sounds will be taken into account. So I will like to keep it around 50%, 0.5. So now enable back channeling, enable the agent to use yeah, during conversation, indicating active listening and engagement. You can use it or don't, doesn't matter. It's mostly like a personal preference. You can add. I didn't like that when I tried it on VAPI, so that kind of holding me back from trying that again on Retell. So use it at your own risk. I'm turning this off though. And speech normalization, instead of saying AI saying $sign or what is the time, instead of saying 1 p.m., if sometimes there are instances when you test these agents long enough, it would tell you it's 1 to colon 00 p.m., and that is not what you want. So speech normalization is converts text elements like numbers, currency, and dates into human-like spoken forms. Disable transcript formatting, prevent agent errors like phone numbers being formatted as timestamps. See this, it will increase the latency by a lot, so I don't like that, so I won't be using it. Speech normalization, wow, okay, this is also increasing the latency by a lot. I don't want that, because yeah, that is only happening very rarely at this moment. I haven't seen that happen with Retell. Even this is turned off, so I won't be worrying that about it too much. Pronunciation, you can add your guide to do that. Okay, call settings is voicemail detection. I usually like to turn this on because we are using multiple phone numbers to contact people on a multi-day campaign. So imagine same AI calling you over and over, and people realizing that it's AI is, I mean, if your client wants to leave AI voicemails, yes, you can have this option. But if what we have seen most success with is hang up if you reach voicemail, try again from a different number. So that approach worked great for us. And end call on silence, it says 10 minutes now. I will say around 1 minute of silence is more than enough to realize that this is not going anywhere. Maximum call duration also ideal if I set it around 5-6 minutes. Obviously it depends on how long your client calls is going to be. Post call analysis, we will see this more in our dynamic assistant. I won't be covering that. This is basically sending end of the call report, sending summary at the end of it, sending extracting data from what the user is saying, and sending this in a post-call analysis to a webhook. Security settings, opt out sensitive data storage. Yes, I will turn this on. And fallback voice ID control whether retail should store sensitive data information. So I would learn more if it's affecting your ability to take appointments, take phone numbers and stuff. Turn this off. I haven't. Most of my agents have turned this off. So yeah, you can try it on with the setting on. Also, inbound call webhook URL and agent level webhook URL. We will cover that in the next tutorial. This is mainly for, again, sending those events, sending those call started, call ended, call analyzed kind of notifications and the webhook data. So to do that, you need to add agent level webhook URL. We'll do that in the next one. I will test it here first and then we can link it to a phone number, and as soon as I receive a call I can hang up, right? So let's test it.
Hi, this is Kate from Vancity Dental. How may I help?
Hi, I would like to book an appointment.
Great. Let's get started. May I have your full name, please?
It's Mani, Mani.
Thank you, Mani. Could you please spell out your email address for me?
Mani at kanasani.com.
Thanks, Mani. Just to confirm, your email is manny@kanasani.com, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Could you please provide your phone number?
778-288-0303.
Got it. Just to confirm, your phone number is 778-288-0303, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. What date and time would you prefer for your appointment?
What's your availability like next Monday?
Let me check the availability for next Monday. Next Monday, November 24th, we have availability from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. What time works best for you?
2 p.m.
All right, let me confirm. You'd like to book an appointment on Monday, November 24th at 2 p.m. Is that correct?
Yes.
Booking your appointment for Monday, November 24th at 2 p.m. Your appointment has been successfully booked for Monday, November 24th at 2 p.m. If you need anything else, feel free to call us. Have a great day, Mani.
This is what I captured from my on my Gmail. This is the the business side application, the email that I've been using. The guest is Money, and the email address where Kingsway captured my phone number, meeting about dental appointment. And if you even look at the client side email, I got it from cal.com, organizer, and I am the guest. And yeah, it works. So appointment setting is covered. So let's see how we can link this with a phone number and then use it. So right now, if you go to phone numbers, you can buy a phone number here, but you need to add your credit card. And inbound calling agent is now disabled, right? I will just go to this demo and it will agent successfully added. So if I call that phone number right now, if I call that phone number right now, AI will answer that.
Hi, this is Kate from Vancity Dental. How may I help?
Hey, I would like to book an appointment.
Sure. Let's get started.
So you get the idea. We can link it to a phone number. We can, use it on the browser or whatnot. So that concludes our first, appointment booking voice assistant for dental clinics. And now we go to virtual receptionist with human transfer. This is going to be super quick because the feature that I want to show here is, let's say I have an assistant for AI growth creators, my AI agency, and someone wants to talk to a human, or someone sounds angry on the phone and we want to send it to a human agent, not let AI deal with it. So to do that, I will create a new agent, a single prompt agent. Again, start from blank. I will add the prompt. It is again this is the style I like, identity style guidelines. But we can for the call flow, we have only one function. Ideally, if you are adding transfer to a dentist appointment booking one, or the the GoHighLevel one, we obviously will have a longer you know longer prompt, and you'd be using a lot of call flow where how the call should go, right? So I did not add that purposefully, so that it we can use this feature in conjunction with um, other assistants or other jobs. So I am calling this warm transfer, and you will know why. There is a cold transfer and warm transfer. How do you select that? In the functions, you select call transfer, and this is by default. When the user is angry or requests a human agent, transfer the call to a human. You can update this to match your scenario. Maybe sometimes you want to transfer once you extracted certain information that you want, or sometimes you need to um, transfer a call when they want to discuss some sensitive data that you don't want AI to discuss. So to do that, we have to have uh, there is a cold transfer. AI transfer the call to next agent without a debrief, but I like this one, warm transfer. We will transfer after AI providing a bit of context as to what is happening in the call. So if you look at my handoff message here, you can copy this. You can come back. This is not doing anything. Summarize the user interests and thank the agent for the call and say goodbye. As simple as that. So I want to add this transfer number. To test this, you'll kind of need two phones. You won't be able to do that here. I will update the phone number. So to achieve to test this, I have to either get a new phone number or change this phone number from inbound call to warm transfer. An agent has been saved, and AI initiates the conversation. Hello, hi, how can I help you today? And I updated the voice previously, and voice I was using previously. And you transfer call to humans when user requests. Transfer call function, we have seen that. Now two things I've changed. When we go to the phone number section, I have updated it, the inbound and outbound calls to warm transfer, so that it can use the same phone number for making these calls. And if we go back to our agents, I will now test it with two phones. One is the person who's calling the assistant, and the second phone is supposed to be the human agent who receives this call. Let's see.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hey, I want to build a chatbot for my small business. Can I talk to a human about this?
Sure thing. Let me connect you with a human agent who can assist you with building a chatbot for your business. It seems the transfer didn't go through. If you'd like, I can help answer some initial questions about building a chatbot or guide you on the next steps while we try to connect you with a human agent. Let me know how you'd like to proceed.
Can you try and connect me to human agent again?
Let me try connecting you to a human agent again. Thank you for your patience. I'm transferring you to a human agent who can assist you with building a chatbot for your small business. Have a great day.
But you get the idea. That was a bad setup, but the AI call answered. So AI called the agent phone and requested or provided a quick summary. We will be connecting a human interested in AI chatbot to, and it thanks the agent for taking the call and says goodbye, just how we specified here. And as you can see, when when it said it had a hard time connecting, I actually received a missed call on my agent phone. So even if it doesn't go on the first go, it doesn't connect in the first go, you can always try again to prompt, okay, I still need to speak to an agent, and it will try again. So that is good to know. I thought it was an error and I had to redo that, but it worked out great at the end. So yes, that is the bomb transfer feature. Usually we will probably use it when we are using other appointment booking ones, or a feedback one, or a question and answering, virtual receptionist. Any other assistant will also have warm transfer. I just wanted to show you what it looks like when we have this as a standalone assistant. So now let's talk about real estate dynamic voice assistant. This is to highlight the speed to the lead feature, meaning if you reach out to a lead that is within the first 5 minutes of them submitting a form, them reaching out, the chances of them converting or buying from you is 21 times more likely. So there is proper research done, proper surveys done to, speed to lead is a thing, and lead conversion, it is super important when it comes to sales, and businesses know that, and they can't do anything in terms of, let's say demand is huge this month and you had to answer 1,000 calls this week, and if you are hiring people just because for the weeks that are um, you know that you have high volume of calls, it doesn't make sense to hire them for 1 week and fire them later. And even with the existing staff, even the businesses that are doing really well, if a human has to call an assistant in the first 5 minutes of them submitting a form, it's super unrealistic. Not many businesses, not even the best businesses out there, are doing that, and they're not even qualifying. These people may not be qualified. They can be just seeing stuff, trying stuff, and maybe somewhat interested. But with AI, what we can do is we can effectively automate that whole process, automate that speed to the lead, where we instantly call people. So I will show you a quick demo of how this works, and then we can build it step by step. And you already know this is a GoHighLevel integration. Most of you already have a form that you collect leads off of. This is my form, and this is the automation that we have built, the workflow on GoHighLevel. And there are two other flows that are on make.com that make this work. So let's see this in action. If I enter my phone number here, obviously I'll have to update my phone number on Retell to, so this can be fixed by having multiple phone numbers. That would be perfect. Even though it says copy, it is actually a real estate agent. You will see that now. Okay, let me go and test it real quick. I agree and consent to receiving, and that should trigger a phone call anytime soon. So I'm receiving a call.
Hello, is this Monty?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Monty. This is Meyer with Fan City Realty. I saw your inquiry come through and wanted to connect right away. Are you looking to buy or sell a property?
Buy a property.
Great. What type of property are you interested in? A house, condo, or townhouse?
A condo.
Got it. To narrow things down, what's your ideal price range? This will help me find the best options for you.
Yeah, I am interested in a $1 million property.
Perfect, Monty. A $1 million budget gives us some great options. I have properties that match
Thank
this
you.
range.
Goodbye. So I did that for a reason, because we have something called, updating the intent. If you look at it, there is buying property, and there is the transcript itself, there is summary, And what I want to show you actually is this is connected to your Go High Level. So if we look at the contact that has just spoken to our lead, if we go to the notes section, we have the transcript as is this money. Yes. So this is all the testing, but latest one is on top. Obviously, we said it's $1 million property, and we are capturing notes, and we can obviously add more tags of what's happening. That is the end of the call report. The other flow that you are missing, we have different call events. There are different type of events that goes through. For example, this is a call analyzed event, but you can have a different event when call starts, and this is a call ended. What happens when you when the call ends? You can do a flow, you can do a call event for call started. So that is the idea. Let's go back to our prompt here, and let's build this from scratch and see how that works. I will first go to my phone number and unlink the phone number so I can use it for the new one. Let me go back to Retell AI, and we'll create a new assistant single prompt agent, and I will start from blank. And I already have the prompt ready, right? So let's copy. I already have prepared the prompt here, where I will copy this. Again, this is not perfect by any means. So if you look at the identity, skills, mission, style guidelines, again, call flow, because this is an outbound assistant and focused on speed to lead, we need to gather the right info. So we say, okay, call flow, opening statement, hi, this is Myra from Vine City Realty. I saw your inquiry come through and wanted to connect right away. And are you looking to buy or sell? This is important because I'm planning to capture this data within, if we are the feature, the post call analysis lets you capture this data, capture the responses, and send it directly to our our GoHighLevel or Google Sheets, whichever you want. If you look at the intent here, it says buy property, and if the user said sell, you could add sell. So let's open this, and this is straightforward. I'm explaining the flow. The user initiates, I don't really like that. I will always go with AI initiates with a defined message, and to include the you know the dynamic variables, I only have one dynamic variable, name. But if you are capturing data from a form like this, first name, email, phone, and if you have their address, you can do their address. If they include a price range or something, you can include that. Whichever field you add, you can add that in the dynamic variable. You can capture this and use it. So me showing you this name is just an example. So we have that, right? Let's go back to Retell AI, and hello name. Okay, hello, instead of hello name, it's better hello is this name, and that way dynamic. And within the script itself, you can add multiple. Okay, step 2, use the info that they provided in the form. So your email is money@kanasani.com. So we can use the email field that we captured in the form as well. So we have that. And for end call, I always do provide end call for all of my assistants, so you can do that. And what else do we need? I think that is it for the functions. We don't have to rely on functions for the dynamic assistant. Unlike what we have on Make, you can do most of, unlike what we have on Vapi, we can do most of the stuff here. And a simple HTTP request of create phone call, where you enter your phone number, you enter the from number, and you, in the override agent ID, you copy the agent ID. For example, we are doing this for this agent ID, right? So you copy that here. So when you, so there are few things that you need for making this work. First, you will need the API key. Where can you find your API key? Let's go back for a little bit. The thing that we are building right now is, okay, we haven't renamed it. So go to API keys, and I will create a new key, and I will call this demo key. And in this demo key, I will delete it as soon as we are done with this demo. So let me go back, and you need to use this in one of the, when you're creating this authorization, you are creating this body for V2 create phone call. If you have been using Vapi, you might be familiar with the interface, but this is so different than what Vapi has. But you don't have to build the body as long as Vapi does. So we copied the API key. Let's go back to the agents, single prompt agent. I will rename this. I will call this a real estate GoHighLevel agent. So I will use the voice that I was using previously. Okay, now I don't want to add any knowledge base. I want to stay in this. We don't have to do or change other things yet. But to place a phone call, what we need is, we need to first have a trigger. We build this dynamic outbound caller in make.com. Let's go to make.com, and you will, don't worry, you will get the template that I have used of this make scenario. So you can, even though you don't manage to follow everything, you can still do this. It is super straightforward. We have four different modules. I will build it from scratch, or you can download my templates and use it also. Custom webhook. I will create a webhook. Demo 1 webhook, save. You need to copy this webhook. We need this webhook in our GoHighLevel. Let's go to GoHighLevel, and I will show you how to set up the automation on GoHighLevel, because I'm not sharing the snapshot. So this is agency. I will go to my sub account and go to automation. And if you look at the recent one that I have built, so to add a trigger, you need to add a trigger, which is form submitted, and workflow trigger name, you can name it whatever you want, obviously, but form submitted, same workflow. And the form is lead form Retell demo. I did show you what the form is, right? You can, if you are completely new to GoHighLevel, which, I mean, if your client is using it, you might be new. So once you are in the sub account level, there is sites section, and there is a forms here, and you need to go to form builder, and you there are a lot of forms natively already available on GoHighLevel, so you can use one of those. And ideally your client should have been already using some kind of form. So once you have that form, you obviously will have a name for the form, and that is what it goes here, and we will save the trigger. And this is more of a testing one. You don't have to do it manually. If you don't want to test manually, I will I will actually delete this trigger so that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't hinder with what we are doing. So once the form is submitted, I want to add a tag to the contact, and you do that by hitting this plus sign and say add a contact tag. And add a tag, you can add any existing tags, or if you want to add a new one, you so add a new tag. And I added a tag called retail demo. So anyone who submits the form will be tagged as retail demo, and this is the webhook URL where you need to send this info to. This is not super important, and I will show you why I added this later. To if you it doesn't have to be a phone number, it can be any custom data that you want to send. I want to show you add this I added this to show you where you can find this field and how um, how this functionality works. So copy address, and I will go back to my make scenario, and I updated with the new one, so I can test it with you. So always make sure you save it. So now the form is submitted, we are adding the tag, and we are triggering the webhook, and this webhook will be triggered. And when we trigger this info, we will receive a lot of when we trigger this module. When we let me show you what happens when we submit the form. Let me close, or let's let it stay. I will add my info. Once I press contact me, I will be sending a lot of data, all the info that I have in there. As you can see, the main ones are always the name, the email, phone number, and the custom data that I added is the phone number. But the reason I did that is there is some people gave said an issue where the fields not being captured properly in the form. If there are, let's say, 10 fields in your form, and if they don't show up here, you have to manually send that data, custom data. So it's easier to, you can resend the same data again, it doesn't matter. So that's the idea. Okay, yeah, the webhook is working correctly. The automation that we set up on GoHighLevel is working correctly. So what's the next step? The next step is HTTP request, and we do that HTTP request. It's been, I had to research this a lot, and I have followed multiple, I have researched multiple YouTube videos, and Mark Tomlett was one of the people who has done a great job, great tutorials on Retell AI, and yeah, I actually got a lot of inspiration and saw behind the scenes how to make this request. Initially, I had this really long um, really long request. I was basically what I did was, okay, I have my bearer key here, I have the from number, this is the to number I want to test, and this is the agent ID, and the dynamic variables is name is what I'm sending, right? So I have the name, and okay, it's gone. Let me add name. Okay, so if you look at, okay, the body created, This is what it's supposed to be looking like, but we don't have to include all of this extra stuff. So I was having a hard time to figure out what the actual thing is, but he made it so simple. And if we send this info, if we send this data, I should be receiving a call just about now. Yes, I did. I will answer this to see if I won't think it will ask me by name. Hi.
Hi, this is Maplewood Realty. How may I help you?
So it is not working. It is not a dynamic, but you get idea. This is triggering correctly, and this is what these are some of the aspects that we need to get it done. But worry not. We have I have prepared this template so that you don't have to worry about that stuff yourself. We have the URL. This is the URL, and we are doing a post request. If you are wondering where I got this URL from, it is available here. This API dot, even if you look at some of the curl requests that we have, this is the exact URL that we did. Okay, now for the headers, we need authorization, bearer, and key. Let me add those two headers also. Authorization, let's go back. Let's add headers, authorization, and bearer and key. I have my bearer and key also. Let's okay, bearer and key. I'm making sure if it's the right key. 834. Yes, that is my key. And you shouldn't be showing your key anywhere. So this is working correctly. I will close this because this is incredibly I am all over the place. So I will add this, and now what else do we have in this? One more header we have, content type application JSON. I will add that too. I will add a header, content type application JSON. And what else do we have? Okay, body type is raw, and content type application JSON. Oh, nice. Okay, I think we can remove this, or maybe not. Let's see. Oh, sets the content type. Yeah, we don't need this then. Okay, request content. This is where we need to copy some of the stuff that is relevant to us. For example, direction outbound is important, and we need agent ID, and we need some fields, dynamic variables. So this is what a request content would look like. We have the agent ID, we have the dynamic variables, we have from number, we have to number, we have the outbound. So the dynamic features comes from, okay, you need to go back to your agent, you need to copy your agent ID and come back here and replace this agent ID with your own agent ID. That way you won't be using mine. So the first name is what we have captured from the GoHighLevel form, and the phone number is also something we have covered from captured from GoHighLevel form also. But if you want to add this with a Google Sheet or an Airtable or a Google form, Airtable form, type form, whatever the trigger is, it doesn't matter. But for GoHighLevel, this is what I'm doing, right? Okay, click OK, and let's test this. Let's test if it's working. Let's okay, I will submit the form again to see if I receive. And mind you, AI has to greet me by name. Is this money? So there is an error. Let me see. No outbound agent ID is set up for phone number. Okay, this is good, and I won't be cutting this off because we need to set a phone number for this. If we go to phone number and outbound real estate GHL, Now it will work. Let me go back and run this again, and we will let me clear this up. Let's go to our form again and submit the details. Contact me, and that should be working just about now. Perfect. Yeah, it went through. I should be receiving a call, and if everything works well, it should greet me by name.
Is this Monty?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Monty. This is Myra with Vancity Realty.
So it is greeting me by name, but we have to update that in our GoHighLevel. So I added one more step before we go into GoHighLevel. So this is more for me. Instead of searching GoHighLevel for the contact ID, we are getting the contact ID from so we need to create a new, so we can have this contact ID, but we need a reliable way to then search the GoHighLevel and find the contact ID again. And there is no way to export this data to end of the call report. So I have found a sneaky way to do this, but this is one of many ways you can do this. And there will be a better way, 100%. But this is what I found to be working for me. For example, I have created a form. I'm calling this Retell GoHighLevel demo. And these are all the headers that I'm using. If you look at it, it has a name, phone, email, intent, summary, URL. This is call recording URL, and transcript. And the ID is the actual ID, the contact ID that I was talking about earlier. So we know who is the customer that has just spoken to our agent. So okay, let's go back to integrations, and I will select this manually, or select from all is the one. Search by path. My drive, yes. Choose a file, and it's easy to connect your Google account. It's just logging in, and you should be able to without any hiccups. So let me find the form that I'm using, and I will create table contains headers. Yes, the name is the first name. I don't want to use the full name, but you can if you want to. Phone number, phone, email, and that is what we have. For the ID, we can capture the ID also, contact ID. It's helpful. Okay, yeah, now we add our GoHighLevel. For GoHighLevel, I believe it's called GoHighLevel lead connector, and it's again straightforward to connect, but make sure you don't connect your agency level. You connect your sub account level. You give sub account level access to make this work. So we will create a contact, or let's do update a contact, because I am testing this multiple times, and this will only update the contact. This will either create or update the contact, I believe. So let's see again once more to make sure that's the right approach. Creates a new contact, subject an existing contact. Okay, this is weird. Let's do okay, we have a contact ID, right? We already are generating an account when they submit a form, so it's doesn't make sense to create an account. So it's update a contact is the right approach. What I want to do is capture the ID from the previous one to make sure, or you can just use this contact ID and update one tag where I want to say Retell demo. Yeah, Retell demo, or we already have Retell demo. I want to say Retell call because we are successfully placing call, and it will only go to this one once you finish this one, right? And that's about it, I believe. We don't want anything else. You'll have to excuse me, I have ton of where is my scenario? Sorry, let's refresh this. Okay, I will save it first and then refresh so I see my modules. Okay, yeah, we have the flow ready. I will turn this on immediately to show you that it's working. And so you can see the activities here. So I believe it's around 2 p.m. Now when we submit a new form, the time will be updated, so it's not, we don't necessarily have to delete it. Okay, I just need to find the right, delete this. Yeah, I am receiving a call, as you can see.
Hello, is this Moni?
Yes.
Hi, Moni. This is Myra with Vancity.
So it is working correctly. Now our two more steps to finish this agent, this dynamic agent. Okay, we are calling an assistant, that is good, but we have to know what happens at the end of it. What was the final outcome of the call was. If it's not, I mean, it doesn't matter if you build the world's coolest AI, and if you don't know what's happening at the end of it, it doesn't matter. So there are two ways to do this. First, we need to obviously create this end of the call report in make.com. I will again build this from scratch and give you both the scenario, so you use it whichever, based on how confident you are in the building these solutions. You can do so from scratch or just copy mine. Okay, now we need a webhook for this, custom webhook, and you can create a webhook, demo to webhook. I will save it. I will copy this address and I will come back to Retell and I will save it at the agent level webhook. So this is receive events. There are three types of events as far as I know: call started, call ended, call analyzed. So what we need to focus on is either if you are you just want to get this final report and nothing else, final transcript and nothing else, you can use call ended. But if you want additional features like post call analysis, let me give you a quick example. You can do text based one, which is detailed call summary. You can request for call summary by the end of it. Usually we'll use AI on the back end to do that for WAPI, but this, what it lets you do it is it can extract data while we are in this call and at the end of the call. So let me see. Let's do, so this boolean is yes or no question, so there is no other choice. You can either say yes or no. AI can say yes or no. Okay, based on how this conversation went, did the user book an appointment or did they not? Yes or no, right? This is straightforward. What I want to show you is the boolean feature. Oh, sorry, not the boolean, but the selector feature. I will call it customer intent. What is customer intent? So this is straightforward, right? The choices are sell or buy, and you save it. That's it. That's what you need for post call analysis. But you will also, I will show you how to process the backend stuff that you receive once you receive transcript. I won't be doing summary here, but I will show that how to do it on the make backend. So these are the two things that you need to be updating to make this work. Let's go back to our make scenario. Now there are like a different kind of events that are coming in. If you want me to show what I mean is, okay, let me press OK and let me run this once and show you what are all the events that we can get. Okay, let's go back here and we will run this once, or this running already. So let me submit the form again. So I will receive a call, but as soon as the call starts, we will see one kind of event, call started, right? So if I disconnect the call now, it will say call ended. I am disconnecting the call right now, and it says call ended. And if you run this one more time, it should do call analyzed, but I think they happens 3 times. So one call gives you almost 3 different events. So it's important to have filters on to make sure. So it is good. It has run the analyzed one last, so it's really useful. So let's go to our. I told you how to. I would show how to. Let's go to OpenAI. I said we'll prepare a summary using AI, right? So create a completion, and you just need to add your key. If you need help, you can click here and it will take you to how to add a connection. So OpenAI API key, you can get it here and paste it here. This is an optional field, you don't need it. Just get the API key and you're good to go. And chat completion, I will select 4.0 GPT 4.0 system, and I will, for messages, you can make this super interesting, or I want to make this as simple as possible, right? I will say you will receive, I want you to summarize this call in 2 to 3 sentences. That's it. And you will receive a transcript from the first one. That's the idea, because it was supposed to receive the call analyzed one at the end, and right now I don't see it. How do I get it? I will wait for, let's say, let's run this module only, or we can just run this and make sure we set up a filter where this filter is important. We want the event to be call analyzed, right? We have seen earlier. So call analyzed is the one that's going last, right? So this is turned on. It will run 3 times, and this will only pass through this assistant if we have the if we have it turned on. So ideally you'll just need to run this module to get it, but you'll have to run it 3 times to get the final one. So it's a bit tricky at this moment. So let's but with VAPI, one thing I like about VAPI is you can actually select end of the call report as the only message that you want to send, and you have that option there. I believe they will update this sooner rather than later. I am receiving a call. Hey.
Hello, is this Monty?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Monty. This is Myra with Vancity Realty. Are you looking
Bye. So now we are receiving call ended, and I believe we'll have call analyzed soon. Or is it already done with that? So we'll wait 5 more seconds before stopping this and see whether call analyzed already ran. We can see that if we come back here. I believe it already ran. Let's force stop it. And if we look at save changes, if we look at what the last run is, it is call analyzed. And if you look at the data, we get all the transcript, and even if you look at the call analysis, and there is custom analysis is what we need, customer intent by. Yeah, let's rename this so we don't get confused. EOC. So we have run this a few times, so it should have populated by now. we should be having this call transcript, and as you can see, it worked. And you can see all the the call ended, call. So this is not ideal, having your call ended once at the end. I will probably wait till it is call analyzed, and because we need call analyzed, we'll have to so right now it is working. It is taking the transcript. If you can't find transcript, have an actual conversation with AI, and you just scroll through your stuff to see step the under call there is transcript, right? This is the transcript we need to capture. And then we are building our Google Sheet here, right? All the data that we are capturing is going through this Google Sheet. And I want to come back here, and I want to search through these rows to find my phone number. Yeah, I will select the spreadsheet ID from the list, and we only have one sheet. And this filter is important. We can do either, we can search it through the name or phone number. Since we are only capturing first name, it's hard to search, or it's not hard. I can show you how it works now, and it works. But what happens if you have people with same first name? I have a list of 5,000 people, and if I search Alex, 10 people pops up. So but they only have one phone number, right? So we search it by phone number, and this is the filter I'm using. Phone, text operator, no, it actually numeric operator, numeric operators equal to, and we say this, hit OK. And then what do we have? We need to update the row. Now that we found the row, we will update that row. We will select by path. Select by path is good. My drive, yeah. Spreadsheet ID. I will select the spreadsheet that we are just using right now, and we will update the row, that the row number that we found previously from the last one. And we already have name, phone, email. We will update the intent. To update the intent, you need call analyzed, because you don't see detailed analysis here. So call ended doesn't cover that. We'll have to troubleshoot this a little bit, but for summary, we can get the result from this. And for the URL, you can get the recording URL from the call. And for the transcript, you can use the whole transcript, and you can use your Airtable here. You can use your whichever tool you want, replace it with whatever whatever your tech stack is, your CRM is, you can replace that. And we'll need to update a contact, right? We will update the contact. We already have the ID. Contact ID is from the view, that is where we're using this. Because we searched the row, we have the first name, we have the last name, we have the email. And what else we need to add? We Retell called them, we added that. So anything you need to add, if you have a custom field, for example, AI called, or something, AI onboarding, AI auto, whatever the tag that you want to use or field that you want to update, you can update it here. But I will show you our go-to one would be adding a note to a contact. So add a note to a contact is we use the same ID, contact ID from, okay, let's do map. And contact ID is the same previous contact ID, or you can use this contact ID like we did previously. And the body is the transcript that we have gotten from the AI, the webhook that we got previously. You can skip that and click OK. Let's have a conversation one last time. Now we are not capturing intent. I will show you how to capture intent in really soon. So let me stop this and let's go back to the form and we will run this. Contact me. And once I receive a call, I will answer the call and I will then, after I end the call, I will then restart this so that I can get analyzed.
Hello, is this Mani?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Mani. This is Myra with Van City Realty. I saw your inquiry come through and wanted to connect right away. Are you looking to buy or sell a property?
Buy a property.
Great. What type of property are you interested in? Are you looking for a house, condo, or townhouse?
Townhouse. So that should be enough. Okay, it gave me ended. Now I will run this to see, okay, use existing data, analyzed. It will probably is what we need to get the intent. Let's see, did we have analyzed? Is this analyzed? Yes, the call is analyzed. So there is, you have to go through that step to ideally capture the whole thing. But if you just need transcript and you are okay with using AIs on the back end, you don't need analyze. You can just go with call ended, and it's easier to pull off than analyzed from what I've seen. So where do you get that? Call analysis, go to custom analysis and the intent. Yeah, that's it. Now let's test the flow one last time. I will delete these to make sure it is working correctly, and we see the last and the final one. I will do this because I don't want the text to be in bold. New text that is added. Okay, one final test to see whether our agent is working correctly.
Hello, is this Mani?
Yes.
Hi, Mani. This is Myra with Van City Realty. I saw your inquiry come through and wanted to connect right away. Are you looking to buy or sell a property?
Sell a property. I have a townhouse and I want to sell it for $1 million.
That's great, Mani. Selling a townhouse for $1 million is definitely achievable in today's
Okay,
market.
thank you.
Let me gather a few details.
So I didn't want to keep it too long. So when the status is ended, when the it did not run, as you can see, and if we go back to our contact, and I will show you what the notes looks like, and ignore. Let's go to notes. Yeah, daily. I have a townhouse, $1 million. So you can see the notes is being updated, and let's see if we have intent. Yes, intent is correct as well. So as you can see, this is working as intended, and you will get all the templates. And I have something for you to try, like an exercise. It's more of a, we are building a lot of things, but unless you do it on your own, it doesn't make a lot of difference. We can still use the existing flow, and just delete this module, delete anyway, and update this with a type form or a Google form or an Airtable form, and watch responses. For instant responses, you can create a webhook, you can add your own connection, and if it wants to update your connection, just log in and it should be done. And what happens when you connect to your account? You will select a form. And how do you collect a form? You can create one. For example, I'm creating this for plumbers. What is your name? What was the job that's done? How do you rate our service provided? And what plumbers punctual? We capture all of these fields, and we can use this in our Retell AI. You can do custom stuff in your flows, and I that's what I want you to do, and that's what clients are looking for. I don't want to make this unusually long so that you can you know, it doesn't matter, each client is different, and once you know the principle, it's easy to build upon that, and I want you to do that really. And do use my prompt, and you can go to a chat gpt or Claude like model and say you paste the prompt. For example, we have this prompt, right? I want you to update this prompt to a feedback collection agent by a plumbing business, and use the same style that I um, used in the previous prompt, but it has these dynamic variables and output in code block, use markdown, all of that stuff, and you should be able to get a wonderful, prompt by the end of it. And you can use that prompt, you capture multiple fields from typeform, you can create a dynamic assistant that captures data feedback and people and send it back to our AI to the back end on make to process and take additional steps. This is a great exercise and I want you to try that. And if you want me to cover that in the future videos, and if you want me to do multi-prompt agent with a lot of dynamic fields, lot of features, comment down below and I will do that. And my favorite feature so far is spam remediation, where you get a verified phone number. Imagine you are working with a multi-million dollar business, and when you're doing a demo, spam likely shows up, and that's a really bad experience. And in order to avoid that, it is worth for a lot of business $100 a month to verify yourself at a carrier level by Verizon, TNT, AT&T, T-Mobile, and if you can get a branded call. So imagine AI that's calling from my business will be called Growth Creators or AIGC or Money Kanisani, whatever the name you want will be displayed. And it's only 10 cents per outbound call. I believe you have to get this service, and this is an add-on on top of this. So $100 a month, you get your phone number verified, and then 10 cents on outbound call, you get a verified caller ID tag. And some tips and tricks to save some money and time is text testing. We have done that multiple times in our first one. And knowledge base only if it's absolutely necessary, because it will drive up the costs in terms of latency. Not too much cost in a way, but latency. Be mindful of that. Build and leverage post call analysis when needed. Selectors, booleans, summaries, we have discussed all about that. And custom functions is anything that you have built for VAPI, you can use that for retail also. So it's great that they have this custom functions feature that will add a ton of tools that you have already built for VAPI. So all in all, this is more like a beginner tutorial. If you want more advanced stuff with additional integrations, multi-prompts, almost what we can achieve with squads on VAPI, we can build a really cool application on retail as well. If you want to see that and if you want to get the guide, join my school, let me know. And yeah, you can download this for free, and I'll see you on the next one.